Hi folks, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to make another one of them. Now I think these are really handy. A lot of other people don't do these. You can make a spit or whatever, like that's all, don't know, that's in front or whatever. But I like these, at least to start with. You know, one, it makes it really easy to move a shell around. Plus with the height, actually works out about right for sitting on a little stool and, you know, doing what I need to do. You know, especially on sort of this sort of side. And, you know, it's not too high, you know, I can still reach everything I need to. I like this idea. I've got another project in, so I need to make another one. As with typical Danny fashion, I'm using scraps. So we've got a load of frame, a small box section. And then we got stuff like this as well. So yeah, just making something really. It's not a complicated build. It's a small framework, but I thought I'd bring you along for the ride, and you know, sort of share the measurements and stuff like that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with gussets. I don't know if that's in the frame properly, but I'm actually going to start with the gussets here, purely and simply because my bandsaw's already set up at 45 degrees and it saves me having to sort of set it up square and then set it up at 45 again. So I'm going to go through quickly. Custer's not wearing this. I'm going to go through and I don't know if that's what comes up, but there's like, where this is second hand, there's like little bits of weld on it and stuff like that. I'm just going to go through quickly and just linish all this back, and then we get the bandsaw with some rough measurements. Gone through, got all this cleaned up. I don't think I'm going to need all this, but at some point I will, so I thought I might as well just get it done while I'm here. So, bandsaw's set up as I said. First thing I'm going to do is just cut A45 on one of these, and we'll go from there. So, if you fancy doing this at home and you haven't got a bandsaw or a chop saw, obviously tri-strap. The 45 degree angle and the grinder obviously will do the job. Use what you've got. Lubricant. This is not proper cutting oil. It's engine oil. I think it might be gearbox oil. Let's top that up. It's literally this old pot I've got lying around. I know all of the engineers are probably screaming at me right now and use proper cutting oil, but this works. So wait. As quick as that. Oh, not really. So yeah, now I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. That's out. Just give it a quick swishy. Get a little bit of the oil off, and then I need to de-swarf it. So run across it with the fire. There we go. I will clean these up properly, obviously, for welding. This is just for marking it out. So, now, I'm using this obviously as a template. Go a little bit more. I think that's 6 inches. So maybe that's 6 inches. I think that's 7 inches. I should have. Hopefully I've got enough. If not, then I'm stuffed. 7 inches. doing sort of the 45s like this, I liken it to the same as doing brake pipes with the ferrules. It's so easy to not put the ferrule on, and it's so easy to cut it the wrong way. You know, you've got to pay attention. Obviously these are not sort of attaching to anything, so they don't have to be perfect. It says it has to, but it still makes it relatively perfect. More oil and repeat. Now, if I was doing the longer lengths, I'd probably set my stop up so I could just run them off. But I want to try and use up the smaller scrap pieces. So this is going to take a while, so I'm going to get all of them done. So I need 12 because there's 3 on each corner. I'll show you in a bit. I'm just going to carry on cutting and get these done. Well, that took so much longer than I actually anticipated. I think the blade on this needs changing. So I've got all of these cut. They're all done. Still need cleaning up. What I'm going to do now, though, obviously. There's no point in seeing this, it'll stay forever. I'm going to get all of these sort of sorted out. I've got 2 of these. I'm not going to measure them. I'm just going to sort of square that end off and then square that end off, make sure they're both the same. Then I've got this length here. I'm basically just going to cut this in half. And then I've got this bit that I'm going to use for the legs. I've already measured it while I was sort of stood around waiting. This one is these legs are 16 inches or 16 inches, 410mm. These have got big old 250mm casters on. The casters that I'm going to be using are these steel ones, which are obviously a lot smaller. So I'm going to be doing them at 20 inch. It should put this about the same sort of height. It doesn't matter too much with chairs adjusting and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just for reference. So yeah, 20 inch. About that sort of, that there. Sort of bring it up. So the box section is slightly different to that. Doesn't matter too much. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm going to get all of that cut up. I'm going to go through and clean everything up as well. I mean this is quite thin still, so I'm not going to chamfer it. I'm just going to sort of clean it up, clean all the burrs off, get it sort of ready for welding. But this, well, especially these bits, this is like 5mm thick. It doesn't need to be that for that, it's just what I've got lying around, so I'm using it. This really does need a chamfer because the rest of it isn't that thick. So yeah, I'm just going to go through, I'm just going to put the radio on, put some tunes on, and then just steam into this. And then I might come back, probably be tomorrow by the time I finish with this. And we'll start working out and I'll show you how to weld it. Well, that took forever. Halfway through cutting one of these, the bandsaw blade actually broke. So then I was hoping to sort of set the bandsaw right and then I could sort of clean up as that was doing its thing. No, everyone had to be cut by hand. So we now have 2 sort of side-to-side pieces, we've got 2 lengths, we've got all the gussets cut that I showed you. I'm glad I managed to get these done before the bandsaw broke because I've got them all dead on 45. We've got 4 legs, I've gone through, I've cut the plates for the casters at the 3mm plate, and then I've got some spacers that I'll show you in a bit. So let's start welding this together basically. Oh, yeah, everything's cleaned up. I've chamfered the, so these are really thick, these are 5mm thick, so I've chamfered the edges, chamfered these as well. Yeah, let's get this welded up. I've roughly laid this out. What I need to do though is I need to raise it up a little bit. I don't know yeah, I want to raise it up a little bit so then we can clamp this together. So I'm actually just going to use the legs. If you've got enough sort of matching axle stands, that would work. Yeah, this works. So, oh, let's go around with this. So we've got that done, we can start clamping and squaring. So, just get them down, that's fine. So the way I'm going to, excuse me, the way I'm going to clamp these together, no you can't see me, you can hear me. The way I'm going to clamp these together is just use my F-clamps, which I have loads of. It does help having lots of clamps. I mean, you could easily do this bit by bit, but I'm going to try and do it all in one go, if I can. So, I've got myself a couple bits of angle. We can clamp it here. So, I'll start off on this piece. I know this will never ever be perfectly square because I know the lengths are slightly off, but if we get it roughly there, I'll be happy. So just making sure that's flush there, and then obviously the angle at the bottom keeps it flat. So this is going to be the bottom, and this metal is slightly taller than this metal, and then that's what the spacers are for later. In a minute we're just going to get this tacked up and then yeah, just go for it. That piece. Now everything's clamped, I've noticed that there's a gap at the top on all of these. Basically, this box section isn't great, and what it's doing is that. So I've pulled out the big guns. I'm just going to clamp it. If you've got a decent box section, you shouldn't really have to do this. It's easy, isn't it? So, I was hoping to, I've only got one of these, I was hoping to sort of just go around and tack everything all in one go, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So, double check it again. That's close enough. Close enough. Right, let's do some welding. I'm going to turn the camera off because I don't think you want to see what the tarps. It's all tacked all round. Where have I been in the frame? Yes, tacked all round now, both inside and outside, like you've seen what I did here. So it should, it should be relatively sturdy and stay to itself. I don't want to go seam welding it at the minute because welding up and down these, in the initial experience of welding heavy steel, is a nightmare. So I'll seam weld it in a minute. What I want to do now though is I'm going to get all the gussets tacked in. I'm not going to measure it, I'm just going to eyeball it, go roughly in the centre somewhere and just get it tacked in. Again, you know, only tacked in, but that now should keep it all square. So it's all tacked up, get it all on front. This is all done its job now. It should just sit and do its thing. Alright, so like I said before, there's a step here and that's what I want to address now. So I need the spacers when we're done. So these are cut off of the leftover bits of these. They do have a seam down the middle, but I'm going to address that in a little while. For now, I'm just going to weld these on there. That's in fact, I'm going to put a chamfer on that quick. Yeah, I didn't put a chamfer on this edge because I didn't think I was going to need to weld it. I thought these were about the right size. And then with that on there, it's going to be... Right, I'm going to chamfer that off quick. So, I apologise about this, but both of my cards have full up for my DSLR. So this is where we're at. All of the corners are chamfered, and these are the little plates I've made. It just brings it up nice. So yeah, I'm just going to seam weld these in. Because we've got the cross braces in now, you know, I can quite happily seam weld all of this all the way around. I'll tack it first, then I'll just seam weld it. Yeah, so just every corner I'll just get done. So these two are done. These ones are just tacked in a minute. Yeah, what I'll do next is, well, I'll get them seam welded in, and then these I'm just going to grind back it's all flush, and then get rid of that seam. I'm not going to touch it, it's too hot at the minute. Yeah, so I'll get that so it's nice and flush, and then we can start tacking the legs on, I think. That's all cleaned up, looks nice and flat. That's exactly what we needed. Now we need to sort of work out the legs, so basically I'm just going to take them out. Pull them out. You can see I've cleaned it up on two sides each. That's for the gussets, and then we're just going to weld it in there like that. So the issue I don't actually have a tripod for my phone, because this is the bit that I actually really wanted to show you. So basically what I'm going to do, let me sit down. Right, that's that. I've built this one before, so I know I've got it down. The way I'll do it is I'll line it up sort of flush everywhere, and then just put a tack on this corner, and then what I can do, hold on, yeah, so I'll put a tack on that corner. Then I'll do the same as what I did here. I'll square it up, and then I'll tack them in, and then that will keep the legs square. Basically, there's no other way of putting it, it's square. So yeah, unfortunately I can't really show you. I'll show you every step of what I've done, but yeah, it would just be basically sort of tack it in that corner so it's sort of solid, and then, you know, tweak it until it's square using the big square, which is not to hand, and then yeah, I'll just get that in, just say on this side, and then I'll just go around. So sorry about this, you know, this was supposed to be a decent video showing you how to make one of these. Alas, it hasn't happened. There you go, you can see what I've done. I basically just used the square again, squared it out that side, put that in, and then I've got a little bit of this, put it on there, space it out, because obviously we've got the plate there. Tacked it in that corner just to pull it, because it needed to come this way. I didn't have any way of holding it, so I just put a tack in there and put this on. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just got to be roughly right, because that's what it's got to do. So yeah, I'm going to go around and do exactly the same to all of the rest of the corners. Well, that was a bit of a marathon, but everything's all welded up now. It's not as neat as I'd like it, but it's strong, it'll do. I had to keep stopping and starting because getting up and down was absolutely killing me. So now we're going to get the plates on to get the casters on. New day. Can't see him again. Yeah, I was hoping to get this fully seam welded last night. They just run out of time. You know, I like to leave things at least an hour after sort of welding and grinding and stuff before I leave, just in case random sparks get somewhere, cause a fire. You know, so I stopped. But yeah, everything's sort of squared up. Everything's just tacked. Now I'm just going to have a bit of a welding marathon. Yeah, there's nothing really to it. There's no point in watching it. One thing I'm going to do is, like I think I said it earlier on in the video, is now I've got everything tacked, I'll keep moving stuff around so I can get a decent bead. So like, from here I'll get these corners in, but then I'll flip it over so I can get these done. Yeah, I'll make it sure so like all the weld is good, rather than trying to weld sort of up and down, because I'm not very good at that. So I'm just going to put some tunes on and just crack on and get it done. Then we'll come back for casters. These plates that I cut out, I've just gone through and cleaned them. There's nothing sort of complicated like this at all. Just got to go through and make sure they're lined up, because the casters are two different sizes. The turny ones have got a bigger plate, and then the non-turny ones are the smaller plate. So yeah, that's all I've got to do is just make sure that these go front to back. And yeah, so make sure everything's the same way. I'm not going to be too mental with it. Just going to eyeball it. You watch, I'll forget to put that on in a minute. Absolutely guaranteed. Make sure that is right. Yeah, sweet. Right. Now it's just a matter of soon welding these on. And keep it down and just feed them in. Right, I'm going to let these cool down for about 10 minutes and then we'll get the casters on and then get it on the car. It's going to be fun. Right, everything's all cool. Now I'm just going to bolt some casters on. There's nothing really complicated about it. Just put them on and bolt them up. Don't know whether I explained before, using these. I picked these up at a car boot. They were literally £5 for them. And these are cast iron. So they will take some serious weight. Next, bolt, washer, and nut. Nothing complicated at all. There you go. I'll get the rest of them done and then we'll do an overview, I think. Look at that. Oh. hopefully it works. Should work. Tracking's going to be out because I don't care. It'll be what it'll be. Right, all the casters are on, all doing what they're supposed to be doing. Moment of truth, see if the tracking is out. We're not going to tell anyone. You know what I mean. This one takes shit. Exactly what it says on the floor. Obviously the floor's a little bit out. There's probably a slight discrepancy in this because I did it on the floor. But in theory, once the car's on it, there should be enough flex that it will stay on the ground. If not, it doesn't really matter. It's still supported properly. These casters I do need to oil or grease. Sorry, I do have grease nipples in. Yeah, that's it. You'll see this in an upcoming video of me putting it on the cart. I'm not going to show you now because I've got to record it, put it on the cart. So that will be in an upcoming video. But for now, we're done. It's how to make a little trolley. The joy of these as well, rather than like a wooden one or something like that, is once the car's on, if you need to, you can actually sort of weld extra bits on to pick up suspension mounting points and stuff like that. So then if you need, once it's all bolted up and the car doesn't move, if you need to make a bracket to make sure something goes in the right place, it's easily done. This is just universal at the minute, but you know, for like, say I was doing this, I could easily sort of make it for the, put it on the rear suspension mounts and then make jigs so then everything mates up and does what it's supposed to do. And that's why I like this. And like I said, you know, it's a decent height to be working on. You can't get to everything. You know, the specs like this are far superior. But this is a good starting point, getting most of the stuff done. For me anyway. Sort of bring you along for this journey. So yeah, please have a look at the description box below, check out my friends' channels, go give them some love and, you know, sub to them and stuff like that. If you have a look over here, there should be a bubble. Please click that, subscribe if you haven't. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and then select all notifications so you're informed of all the videos as and when I do them. And then if you have a look over here, there should be 2 tabs of videos that I've previously done. Yeah, I'll see you for the next one.